Digilight. Okay, so where are we? So we've covered the 4 interactions of basic didgeridoo playing. And it doesn't stay basic, A year from now, a couple years from now, you might be making some pretty amazing music just using those 4 things. But these didgeridoos and a lot of other makers of didgeridoos are making these tubes to be able to perform more avant-garde, maybe newer techniques, advanced techniques. I'm just going to briefly touch upon a couple here, just so you can be inspired and have something to look forward to. So, probably my favorite of kind of the newer styles of playing is the relative of beatboxing that is known as air code. Dubraco Lepane really, I wouldn't say he invented air code, but he developed it. He started creating instruments that were perfect for doing it, and then I started doing it. And then a lot of really harmonic instruments like this, where all the notes are in good places, will do it as well. And so what that is playing with the space right here at the mouthpiece. So I'm just doing, or I'm touching the mouthpiece and releasing. And your basic tone here, I believe, is a G sharp. Something like that. And then there's a lot of other things you can do. You can do a drone and release. You can do a little vocal with the pop, the puck, the pop. You can do breath sounds. You can do the little duck slap. You can do trumpets. Yep, pretty fun stuff. And we're going to get into the trumpets too. So, quick little demonstration. Air code. And a lot of different things that play with air code. It's a whole other ball game. It's kind of like the highest echelon of what's new with didgeridoo. It's related to beatboxing, but it's so different because you're actually not creating any false sounds. You're using the resonance of the didge. You're using that tone right there. Using the trumpets. Pretty cool stuff. So trumpets. This is really fun. This didge is amazing at trumpets. What trumpets are is they are isolated overtones. So kind of like the harmonics on a guitar when they just hover lightly the fretboard finger over a key point in on the string, and it goes boom. It's kind of like that, and each didgeridoo made of natural shapes has unique overtones, and can be played as trumpets. This one has a lot of them because everything works really well. It's pretty fun. So you've probably already touched on some trumpets just practicing the drone. The first one on this one is a perfect octave, so it's pretty easy. So drone, first trumpet. It's literally exactly twice the tension in your embouchure. So instead of, it's easier on the didge. And then it just goes up from there, like almost in like a circle of fifths. So I prefer to do my trumpet, my pure trumpet stuff with the front of my lips, and I like to move my mouth up to the top of the mouthpiece. In the center, gets you more for your drone, but with the trumpets, you're doing such a tiny emboucture that it's kind of nice to get up towards the top. It kind of makes it more like a virtual trumpet mouthpiece. Like it feels smaller, and therefore it's a little easier. But the trumpets can be, you can just play them out over the mountains, the valleys, the lakes. And they are very loud. Circular breathe on a trumpet. It's getting pretty advanced. You can do mouth interactions and vocals. You can play it just like a drone. It's just an octave higher in this case. You can use the trumpets in the drone as well, like shift up to them. It's actually very traditional in Yidaki Aboriginal playing. This one's amazing at it. Freestyling it, but I'll do one I know really well. Stuff. Yeah, so that's trumpet playing. A lot of stuff you can do with it, especially further down the line. Really use your voice in it too, especially that first one. You can make it sound like two crystal bowls. So if I'm doing the embouchure for the first overtone, the first trumpet, C sharp, and I do a vocal. half step up. So drone is you. Not the drone, the trumpet. The first trumpet is you. If I go you, you get that cancellation frequency, that oscillation, and you can slow it up and speed it down by how close, to pitch you get to the trumpet. This happens in the drone too. You've already heard this in the drone. Let's go an octave above. Fifths, you've seen all sorts of chords. In the drone, trumpet. Now, super high one. This is super advanced. Pretty fun stuff you can do with that. Have fun with it. It's good to practice trumpets with nobody around until you get them pretty clean, because they are really loud and can be pretty abrupt. You can make some pretty funny sounds. And speaking of funny sounds, to the kids, you can make it sound like an elephant if you want. Right? Make it fun sounds, You can do like lion sounds. Classic monkeys and kookaburra. This is a good one. All sorts of stuff. The tongue roll is called the crane. The crane. And then circular breath rhythm, something like the bounce rhythm, that's called kangaroo. And that's some of the stuff too in the diaphragm, the breathing we didn't cover, is, you're actually bouncing your diaphragm here.